Hey, Annette, come on in. Just getting situated, trying to multicast. We'll see if it works out. So I'm just trying this again. Earlier, so so I had tried. So earlier, I wanted to chat with Connie about shipping and stuff like that. So I told her, "Oh, it's super easy. I'll just go live and we can just chat about it on the handmade site, right?" So that was a plan. During the afternoon, I was going to do that, and then I was going to have this show here on Knickknacks a little bit later. And but when I was trying to open it by mistake, I opened this one earlier, and so yeah, so it was a little chaotic. But anyways, I still started the project. Let me see if I can show you more or less. Sorry about my hand in the front of the. So that's more or less what I'm working on. There's beads that glow in the dark. I'm going to turn off the light and show you. Um, can you see? It's a little hard to see it. Yeah, they're major glowers. It's yeah, but I think it's hard to. Not sure how to show you, but yeah, can you see it or is it just me? Anyway, so yeah, super cool according to me. Yeah, so let me now put it back over here. So the idea um is oh my gosh, hey Tamara, oh my god, I am so glad to see you. Hey Gretchen, hello, hi everyone. Oh my god, I'm so happy to see you guys. So Tamara, did Gretchen tell you about, you know, I have hopes, fingers crossed, that you'll be able to sell on Knickknacks Handmade because your art is amazing. So is Gretchen's and Linda's and Madonna's and Susan's and Kelly's and Mona, Doris. Like everyone should sell on Knickknacks Handmade because it's a great place to be. So yeah, so welcome in. I'm so excited to see you. So anyway, so yeah, so I was explaining that earlier I had wanted to do this live. Um but somehow I got my stuff crossed. Yeah, Tamara. So right now, we still can't. Australians still cannot sell on knickknacks, but they're working on it. Right now, what we can do is just ship to Australia, but that's the first step. So on knickknacks, overall, the marketplace right now, people from the U.S. and also people from Canada can sell. And it took some time to figure out Australian shipping and stuff because it's a new platform. So they're working really hard to try to figure out all that stuff. It's not just figuring out the tech and like how to program stuff, but then you have to think about like permitting and all kinds of other stuff that they have to think about when doing this. So yeah, I know, Tamara. Like seriously, I'm so excited to do that. I wondered, yeah. So, but soon enough, we'll hopefully we'll do it. And yeah, and yeah, there's definitely a lot to think about. Now, what we could do is I could do this once a month. Jocelyn, who owns the platform, well, she owns the marketplace. She turns everything over to everything that's handmade. So all the people that do art or different sort of handmade stuff like crochet, toys, loveys, cross stitch, people who do jewelry, like I do some bracelets and stuff like that. So she turns over the whole marketplace, like everything that's highlighted, it's all handmade. And so that's super amazing. Um, yeah. And so I would love to like, I'll talk to you afterwards, but I would love to like show at least some of the images of your art so people can be excited about it because I think it'd be amazing. But yeah, hopefully Gretchen also sells her amazing photography here. So the idea would be for you guys to apply to sell on the Knickknacks Handmade because all your stuff is stuff that you guys work on. And then after that, then apply for the sale on the main Knickknacks marketplace because they have a lot more members, so there's a lot more visibility on that one. But anyhow, okay, so I'm glad to see you guys. I'm excited to be with you guys. So what I'm doing right now is finishing up. So I started this earlier. I was mentioning that I started the live by mistake a little earlier than I expected. It's okay though. So I did get started. I did show some. I'll bring one. So these are the beats that I'm sort of working on. I don't know if you can see them. So I try to do just like random designs, not necessarily like specific. And they're super glowers. Um, I don't know if you can see it. Um, yeah. So yeah, glowing stuff is like super amazing. And the fact that it's super colorful is also amazing. Earlier, Jocelyn, who is once again the owner of the marketplace, she mentioned that in June, our theme for the main rate sale is going to be sort of color or rainbow or something, but something very colorful. So since I was already started on these things, I decided, oh, this would be perfect. So I'm working on some beads. Is this I colored the clay earlier, and I put sort of really colorful fluorescent paints on them to make it glow. And so yeah, so then I just basically make little balls and stuff. And so yeah, so that's what I was doing since earlier, and I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and um, open up the art studio and just kind of hang out with you guys. So feel free to jump in, jump out, however you can. I'm a bit of an insomniac, so sometimes I'm like just wanting to watch something. And yeah, so this could be an alternative to like say YouTube or whatever, you know. Yeah, so that yeah, so basically, you know, I just grab a little bit of the three colors, and then I just gently make the little ball here, like little sphere, and then I grab like a pin and I stab it in the middle, more or less, you know. And then I once I feel it poking my hand, then I know that I made it through, and then I poke it onto this foam head, and then to let it dry. Now I could also just do, instead of doing the three, I could do like just one color. I could do two colors. Yeah, so I mix it up a little bit here and there. My mom loves orange, so that's why I'm doing the orange. And yeah, so I'm multicasting right now. This is my second time. My first time was sometime last on Thursday because I was missing Gretchen. I went on to see Gretchen and she wasn't there. I mean, for the live. And then, so then I started the live, and Gretchen and Linda popped on. Super excited about that. And so I'm imagining that Gretchen is still, um, yeah, yeah. So earlier I'll show you. So I was also using these. Usually I use the metal skewers, and that usually is really good because as they dry, they still keep that shape. And this the metal skewers are a lot thinner than these. But I have no idea what I did with them. I mean, I have them here somewhere. I just can't find them. And since I got that clay, I I wanna just use it up because it was not necessarily what I was looking for. I've done beads before with a different clay that I also got at Walmart, but yeah, definitely not this, but I'm loving it nonetheless. I don't want to waste any of it, so I decided to do that. So what time is it in Australia right now, um, Tamara? I'm imagining it's like the afternoon. Yeah, probably. Yeah, 2:25, 2:27 p.m. Awesome. Yeah. And it's so there you're yeah, it's Wednesday, right? Always trying to remember. Yeah, yeah. I used to work with a student group that's a global student group that represents chemical engineering students throughout the world. And so we had members from India, from Brazil, Colombia, Mexico, Nicaragua, Honduras, Canada, where else? Jordan. We had one representative from China, but they hardly ever attended meetings. Yeah, it's Wednesday over there. Yeah. Yeah, so always trying to set up meetings and stuff was a little hard. You know, we all just agreed to arrange everything based on Eastern Standard Time, and then everybody just, figured it out for themselves. Yeah, that was a crazy time, but I loved it. I met a lot of people from different places and stuff. So yeah. Hey, Grill Man, come on in. Welcome. Appreciate you popping in, taking a look. Yeah, so basically, all we're just, you know, we're doing what I would have been doing on my own anyway. So basically, they're just little spheres to make beads. This one just used orange, I believe, because that's all I see. It could be orange and pink, perhaps. I'm not sure, but yeah. And so these are going to be super glowers, and yeah, I think that they're going to be quite cute. Um, I don't know if in my bin, I don't know if I have any of the bracelets that I make um, in the bin. Yeah, but yeah, so these are going to be for making either necklaces, like chunky necklaces, or like bracelets. I'm making these smaller because the ones I did earlier um, are a little bit bigger, and so probably those will be for yeah. Because then I get super like. Let me show you. So these are the ones that we've already made. I don't know if you can see them. So and the holes are quite big. This one I got a little desperate and pushed it, so it got yeah the it's not quite what I want. So I'll refine them. I'll probably polish them as well. But for now, these are the dry ones. And so these will I leave them on the head, And then once they're dry, then I will go ahead and um, then I'll drill a bigger hole. I have the little tiny drill. Where is it? Let's see if I can show it to you. Do I have it here? Oh yeah. So yeah, so this is my little drill, and I have the little attachments there. Super simple. Yeah, I like to drill the hole after. Thank you, Tamara. Yeah, so the colors are super colorful, and the idea is for them to glow. So on June 7th, we're gonna have like an all day live sale, and I'm gonna have, I want to say, half an hour to like come up and talk to folks live. And so, and all the stuff that we're gonna have for sale is all gonna be glowy stuff. So I'm gonna include you know, vintage stuff that glows, but then also I wanted to include a couple pieces that I've made. So the thumbnail for the sale is actually a piece that I just finished yesterday, and it's a glowy tulip flower. It's quite cute. I'll probably send it to Gretchen so she can show it, hopefully, in her next live show. So these are also, I believe these also glow. These are little eggs for Easter and stuff, but they're just cute anyway. Let me see. No, no, I thought they glowed. Never mind. But see how this, the paint glows? Let me show you. I think I had already showed you, but I'll show you again. Just for those people who are popping in, popping out. Yeah, so see the yellow, the lime green doesn't take as much as the pink and the orange. The purple is really awesome, but I don't have a lot of purple because I love that color and I used it up. So, but yeah. So let me turn the light back on. So that's the idea. It's just making us some art that can also go into that sale. So it should be fun. Yeah, I know. Like I've missed. It's like you don't really know how much you really count on stuff until it's not there. Yeah, because like I'm so used to like on Thursdays and Saturdays just turning on that, the show and having Gretchen be there and doing the stories. And yeah, so I definitely have missed her. But I know that she's having fun, so it's all good. Hi Granny, come on in. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you coming in. So yeah, so we're just making beads. These are clay beads. They're glowy clay beads. They have like a hot pink, hot orange, and a sort of like a lime green. So this one's, I think this one's not gonna work out. Yeah, but I need to figure out where my metal skewers are because yeah, these are gonna be way small. But it's still, at least it'll give me like where to aim with the drill. And yeah, so at first when I started with the drill, it took a little bit of time to figure it out. Yeah, because I was like almost wanting to drill my hand. uh, the good thing is that the first drill bit was not very good. So I know, right? Yeah, there's certain paints, certain colors that we just use a lot, I think. And yeah, no, it's like, and then you miss it because you want to use more of it. Usually, I would buy like a ton of it, and then I wasn't doing as much of the fluid art. I know, right? Yeah, I think I do. I bought this thing that looks so much better on TV. Uh, I keep wanting to use the same one. I just put it on the side so that I don't grab it again. I'll show you what I got. Oh my god, it's so not what I needed. But let me see if I think I have it right here. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I got this. It's not. No, it's not what I thought I was gonna get. Yeah. It's yeah. It's very. It's well. Maybe I just don't know how. So you can just go like this and push it back, and then you can grab the bead. But yeah, no. Yeah, it's not what I expected. Because then you press this, and you're supposed to be able. Oh yeah. But somehow, yeah, it just wasn't working for me. So yeah, so maybe I just don't know how, or maybe it moves too much. Maybe I need to figure out how to attach it to something. But anyways, yeah. So right now I just grab the bead and I just drill. I've gotten pretty comfortable with figuring out how far to go. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it can be like a dangerous thing, but when uh when I first got back from the hospital after I had the issue, um I didn't realize that I was trying to cut an onion with like the other side of the knife. So I was actually cutting my hand and not the onion. Yeah, so yeah, we removed all the knives and stuff, the real knives, and I just have the plastic ones. Yeah, and I don't cook anymore. Yeah, I just can't. But it's okay. I know, right? Yeah, I know. But I was determined to go ahead and continue my life. I was in denial, really. I wanted to do everything that I was doing before, and yeah. But when that happened, then then I realized that yeah, things need to change a little bit. But yeah, I feel like I was in denial for like a really long time, and then finally learned to accept, you know, and that's a good thing. Yeah, I know. So earlier, I was talking with Linda, and I was trying to. Well, she was actually trying to open an account on Knickknacks, and she had a hard time. So there are some people who have a hard time. So if you decide to do an account, you can still participate in Knickknacks and stuff, but not sell yet. But it's okay. You can still participate. Come to our shows and stuff. Um, Yeah, so if you decide that you want to do an account or start or to be part of Knickknacks to be a member, it doesn't cost anything to participate and stuff. Um, and if you're having a hard time, then just let me know and then we can try to figure it out for you. So, yep. Anyhow, yeah, and I'm trying to see why my music stopped. And I'm wondering if also no, I'm still. I wonder if I was already live. No, I think I just turned live on. Yeah. I think there's two times that you're supposed to like to go live on Instagram. I think they have to click the go live button a couple times cuz I thought I was live but apparently I was not. So, yeah. Nana, you're in here. What? Hi. Well, I'm making hi. So yeah, so making beads, they're clay. So first I colored the clay super bright orange, and it's glowy orange, glowy lime green, glowy pink, magenta or whatever, light magenta. So yeah, so I'm gonna be making some really colorful bracelets for the glowy hey Joey. Wow, look at all these people. Hi everyone. So on YouTube, we have Tamara, who's an amazing, amazing, like super next level artist from Australia. She would be an amazing seller. I hope one day um, we're able to. Oh, thank you for the follow, Jolie. Yeah, so I hope one day folks from Australia can sell knickknacks because she her art is so amazing, and it would be amazing to just give her like a bigger audience. Yeah, because she's amazing. And so thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it. So I'm up late anyway all the time, and so I decided to just go ahead and open up the art studio and say hello to everybody. And so I'm multicasting to Tama. You know it's true. You're an amazing artist. Um, yeah, so I'm multicasting. This is my second time. Although I didn't realize that I wasn't really live on Instagram until a little while ago because apparently you have to press the button a couple times. Um, which pieces are mine's? Or Tamara's? Mine's, I want to say, like the thumbnail of the show is a piece I just finished last night. Oh, and I didn't realize that I had a. Okay, so and I don't know if I have any in my bin. I have a bunch of stuff in my bin. I just put stuff there. Um, I think majority of the stuff is actually vintage. My Little Pony. Let me see. So a lot of a couple of the paintings that I have, actually quite a few of them, are in the auction area. And so I'm also working on items to be part of the Glowy raid train. I want to say that my time slot is like June 7th, like I want to say maybe like 5 p.m. Well, I've already scheduled it, so you can see if you want. If you go into my lives, you'll see what time I'm gonna go on. So I made a couple pieces, a couple paintings that are very glowy. I also will be selling a really amazing paperweight that I said to myself I'm gonna keep it forever and ever, but that's like, dude, it's super glowy. I want to show it off. So I will have that available as well. And I'm also working on some stuff to be part of the wall art raid train. So, oh my gosh, dude, wait, what? I just got rated. Did I? Hey, tough girl. Hi. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see you. Hi, tough girl. Come on in. Hi, everyone. What? April, was that great eye finds? Yes. Oh my gosh. Great eye finds. Thank you so much. Lori, you're amazing. Yay! Yeah, so I'm just making beads here, just chatting, talking about how amazing Tamara from Tam's Art. She's an artist that I met via YouTube, although she doesn't have a YouTube channel. But we both listened to Story and Art by Gretchen, who also joined us earlier, but she probably has to kind of work with her grandkids. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm so excited to see you, Lori. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for also just for being super kind and answering all my newbie questions all the time. So yeah, so basically I'm doing clay beads. So I first colored the clay, and then I'm making these little spheres. And then once I make the little spheres, and they're all different sizes because, well, I need different size beads. And then I poke it. And then I know that I poked it enough when I feel it in over here. So I try not to poke it too hard so that I don't actually stab myself. But so that's really what I'm doing. Just um, I'm making glowy. Yeah, I should show you guys. Now there's a lot more of you guys. Let me show you once again how glowy the I don't know if you guys can see how glowy it is. It's super glowy, right? I don't know if you can see it or not, but I can see it. So, yeah, and so let me see if I can bring the head of the lady. I don't know. I'm just, I don't want to drop it, but see how like they're all super glowy. And I don't know if you can see the back. So yeah, so this is an art piece that I'm also working on that has very glowy things. These are, they feel kind of like braille. So I was just explaining to Connie earlier that like I thought learning braille for a long time. It's like everyone's like, oh no, you gotta, because even my eyesight issues are progressive. So eventually, I will not have. I will need to, if I want to read or whatever, I will need to know braille. But I have been fighting it for a long time, and I finally not gonna fight it anymore. It's better for me to just have options. So anyway, so yeah, so then I started doing braille, and so I started putting little little things on the art piece as well to make it textured. I mean, they're not actually words or numbers or letters or anything. They just feel that they feel the same way. So it was my way of getting. Oh wow, yeah. So it was my way of like bringing sort of that part of my life into the art, because eventually I will have to like not be part of that. So yeah, I appreciate all of you guys coming in, taking a look. Do take a look at my bin, not necessarily because I want you to buy anything, but just so I just it's more like a show. I want to show you what I will have available during the upcoming raid trains that I will be participating in. So I will be part of obviously the showcase on Friday, which is all the art stuff, all the handmade stuff. So I'll have my show at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and it's going to be all art. Um, and I will in the bin. I will have my bracelets that I make as well. So if you want to, um, yeah, Tough Girl is amazing. Uh, so yeah, so I'll have the bracelet that I make, and then also the art that I make as well, and in the bin also the ones that my brother makes. He was left worse off than I after the accident, and so he needs a little more help. And he's an amazing artist, like beyond. Um, and his physical therapy uses art to try to get his brain to like develop different like a different pathway to get to the same information that he can no longer get to. So anyway, yeah, so his art is amazing, and yeah, so I'll try to sell some of that as well, but for the most part it'll just be this time it'll be more my art. Last month it was his, and then next month I will also highlight some of the art that we're doing. And then also, so Nena, one of the things that I wanted to do during, if you're still here, because you probably went to sleep because of the babies, but so the egg, I still was working on the egg. So I was having a hard time. Oh, yay. So, yes, I was having a hard time putting the egg together, back together. So instead, so the idea is to use the egg into to be part of a mosaic. So the idea is I'm gonna have a painting that's gonna have a vase of flowers, and the vase of flowers will have a strip that's gonna be like a small mosaic, and so the egg will be used to make the mosaic in on the vase. So yeah, so that's the idea. So I still haven't quite worked it out, but I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So hopefully we'll do the egg justice, and it will become art again, and it shall be beautiful. Hey Mab, come on in. So earlier we were talking about Mab and how she used two devices for her live. So we're like, what? She done open up lots of questions Yeah, no, yeah. So you've made us really think about how we can better utilize maybe the current devices that we do have when we do the lives and stuff. So yeah, so you're a trendsetter. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so the egg, yeah, yeah. I started. I was trying to put it back together, but it still looked, it still looked not whole, and it's too hard because it's so small to like really make it work. But then I was like, I have to be able to use this somehow. So yeah, so it'll be a micro mosaic, and I think it's gonna be fantastic. So hopefully it'll be so beautiful that I won't want to sell it. Or maybe it'll be so beautiful that people will be like, dude, I so want it. We'll see. Nonetheless, the egg will live again. Hi, Michelle. Welcome back. I want to say that you've been here before, so I appreciate you being here. Yeah, and so the colors that I have are basically the lime green, orange, and the hot pink or light magenta pink. And so once I finish it, I sort of stab it a little bit with the pin, and then I put it onto the head so that it dries. Once it's more or less dry, then I'll go ahead and drill a hole in it because I misplaced my metal skewers, and so I was using these skewers for the ones that I had made. And so this one is fine, but I don't necessarily have all the patience to like get it off and see how like it damaged it there. So yeah, so I'm not loving these because the clay wants to stick to the wood. It doesn't stick to the metal, but I for the life of me I can't find the squeak skewers. And I didn't want to get more skewers because I don't really like obviously I'm not going to cook with them, and I know they're just there somewhere. So as soon as I stop looking for it, I'm sure I'm going to find it. Yeah, so I'm excited that you guys are here. Please take a look at my bin so you can see the art that will be shown or will be available for sale coming up in the raid trains. So one of them will be the wall art raid train. So I'll have some more art available for that. And then also the glowy ray train. So some of my art also glows, and I'm making the glowy ones right now for some of the jewelry. And yeah, so it should be fun. And I try to get into it, like I try to like play. So I can't always be part of like the bigger like the knickknacks sponsored trains. That would be too much. Yeah, because yeah, it's a lot for me to try to follow the chat with more than like say I don't know like 10 people. It gets hard if everyone's saying stuff. And I feel like I'm ignoring people, but it's not that I'm ignoring people. I just can't see it, and so I don't see it, and I feel bad, and yeah, and I don't want to feel bad. I always want to be happy. And that's what my sister says all the time. Hey, always remember this is fun. This is not work. This is not whatever. This is supposed to be fun. Just gives me something to do. So that anyway, yep. So that was I think that was my last bead of the night. It is. So now we just wait for it to dry, and then once it's dry, then I'm going to let me go over here. Um, I'm thinking I'm gonna put a couple coats of this. And then I'm not sure. I was thinking perhaps I may put a coat of resin. So it gives you sort of a glossy or like a glassy, like glass kind of look to it, like very sheen on the top. Yeah. And so Yeah, so I could just use the clay the way it comes, make the beads, and then color them. But I don't know. I feel like I like the fact that even if it breaks in the middle, you're still gonna see sort of the color. So yeah, yeah, I know, Tamara. Yeah, it's supposed to be fun, and so I always try to do stuff that's fun. And when it's not fun anymore, then I probably won't do it anymore, or figure out a different way of doing it. But yeah, this device didn't quite work out. Because the idea is for it to, you're supposed to put the bead right here and then drill in it. Yeah, but it moves around too much, so I have to figure out a way to secure it. I don't know, but so far holding the bead and just kind of has worked out because the little drill is like not, it's not a regular drill. It's just a little tiny drill. So even if it pokes me a little bit, it's not gonna like cut the skin or anything. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so that's pretty much um I finished my beads for today. I may do if I can find. I was Tam and I were talking about how like we always seem to be out of the paint that is our favorite paint. So right now I'm out of purple, and I do have like blue and stuff, so I could do blue. Yeah, so we'll see. But I'm liking this. I'm thinking perhaps I may do like a neon blue. Yeah, so I might have beads that are like orange, some that are lime, some that are pink, some that are purple, some that are blue, and then obviously the ones that are mixed in the middle. So it'll be like super colorful beads, bead bracelet. Um, yeah, but they are super heavy, so I'll need to figure that out. I may just do a couple beads that are clay and some of the other ones that are acrylic, so it's not super heavy. Um, Yeah, so I am gonna make glowy bracelets. Um, so let me bring down one of the. So I have like the bigger beads. I have that big beads, and those are probably gonna go on to be part of a perhaps a necklace. But I also have the little tiny ones that can be part of the a bracelet. So it'll be cool. Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to have fun with it. We'll see how it goes. I may, like I said, it may be that it may be too heavy for to have just the clay beads on there. I may also, instead of using the jewelry wire to strand to put the strand together, I may end up using like maybe some monofilament, that plastic that goes in the middle, because I have a ton of that. Or I could, if they're super super heavy, then I may end up using like ribbon, because the ribbon will be cut. Um, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. Hey Barefoot, thank you for coming in. So yeah, so thank you guys so much for coming in. Thank you, Lori, if she's still even here, for the raid. I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. So I love the fact that I see you guys here. April. I know, but shipping's, between Canada and the US is like super hard. So yeah. Oh wow. So Tamara, you found some that would be fantastic. Yeah. I know, like, yeah. So there's so I also have thought about trying to polish rocks, because obviously I live in the desert. There's a ton of rocks here, and they're very pretty. There's quartz and different. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff around here and stuff. So, but you know, I feel like sometimes I get so into something and I like go all in and stuff, and I forget about other stuff. So yeah. So the reason why I started making my own bracelets, one is because my wrists are too big for regular size bracelets. Um, and even as a child, I couldn't wear bracelets. And so anyway, so making the bracelets myself, it's perfect because then I can make them so that So all my bracelets that I make are super adjustable. So they can be for someone who has a really small wrist for like 5 inches to like someone who has a wrist of like 11 inches, 12 inches. I think 12 inches is the biggest one that I've made, but for the most part, from 5 to 10, they're adjustable. And so those are super cool. And the reason why I started most recently is because I had gotten some pieces of costume jewelry that were broken, not from anybody on knickknacks. And so then I was trying to figure out, like they're so beautiful, like someone should use them. And so at the time, we couldn't sell supplies for arts and crafts and stuff. So, so I was like, oh, how do we do this? So then I just made one bracelet and then I got all into it. Like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So then I brought all my beads that I've had forever, brought them out. And then so then I used a mixture of vintage beads from costume jewelry that is not functional. And then some beads that I've had forever that are also vintage because I just hadn't used it for years. Um, and then and some of the newer stuff that I'm actually making the beads. And so yeah, so I might get too much into it, and, and eventually, I'll get so into it that I'll have just too many projects. And the main thing really is just to try to finish some of those. Yeah, because I'm very good at starting projects. Anyhow, all right. Thank you guys so much. Uh, oh wow, yeah. So yeah, I could paint some of them to be to go out in the garden. That could be cool. Yeah, you give me good ideas. Oh yeah, so I actually volunteer at a helping hand store. So people donate things and then we sell it. And with the money that we get, we buy food. And once a month, we give food to the local community. And yeah, and so last Thursday, we gave out food. And we actually, a lot of the times, we have to turn people away because we don't have enough boxes. But this time we had one box left over, and luckily, and we don't close the door until all the boxes are gone. So luckily, someone came in and then got the box, and so it was a good month last month. Anyways, so yeah, so when people bring in, some broken jewelry and stuff like that, usually they sell it to some gentlemen. Um, and yeah, so I haven't had the chance to get my hands on that. But yeah, but I have a ton of it because I purchased from other fellow knickknackers. I know. Oh, I know. I'm not awesome. I just volunteer. Like, I don't give the food. I just help give it away, but I don't actually give it. um, and yeah, so but I have a lot of beads, and yeah, so I'm making a lot of bracelets, and I appreciate you guys that have purchased bracelets for me before, or some of my necklaces, and obviously my art, because I feel like the art is much more personal. So yeah, so when you buy that, that's like, dude, I so want to hug you when you buy my art. So I appreciate you guys taking a look at the art, taking a look at how I make the art, how I make the beats and stuff like that. So I appreciate you being here. And oh yeah, yeah. I genuinely love being out there talking to people. Um, yeah, I just like, yeah, especially when they're starting to get frustrated because the lines are so long. So I try to make it, so that chat with them so they don't feel the weight, and try to just make it a lighter situation. Because a lot of the times we just have to be more patient about things, and people, if just remember, it's all gonna work out. Everything's great. It works out for everybody. So yeah. So anyhow, all right. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you being here. Please do follow, like, and follow my channel. Let me move this out of the way so you can see. So once again, my channel is the Blind Art Studio on Knickknacks and Knickknacks Made. Also, if for my lovely folks on YouTube, do come on board to Knickknacks. It's a great community, and hopefully one day we people from Australia can sell on Knickknacks. That is would be amazing. That is my hope and dream, and hopefully that will happen. So, thank you, April, for following me. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Yes, Chandler. One day it shall happen. And yeah, so I'm gonna try to highlight your art because it's amazing. And but so it will happen somehow, some way. It will happen. So all right. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. So good evening later on to Tamara, who's in Australia, but and good night to and good morning to some of you who are already past midnight, and good night to those of you in the East Coast. I mean West Coast and Mountain Standard Time. I'm on Mountain, so it's not quite midnight yet here. So I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you guys. And I guess we'll see you guys. Appreciate it. Yay. Bye. Oh, somebody even followed me on Instagram. I appreciate that. Thank you guys. Bye. Good night. As my nephew would say, besitos. And now to try to end it will be thank you, tough girl. Oh, so thank you for being here. So I shall try to do this because I am using